So now I've talked about the upper body and how the head position affects everything. Now I want to talk about the lower body, the feet, the knees, the hips, the low back. So your foot position, the way you move, the way you walk is called your gait, okay, the way you're moving. Most people are walking, moving, standing with their feet turned out. When you have this position with your feet and you are moving forward, you are torquing your knees, your hips, and your ankles every time you take a step. And by that, I mean that you are pressuring, for instance, these muscles here, here, and here with the feet turned out are over engaged. They're more engaged than these muscles here, here, and here. So what happens is the muscles on the outside of each of those load-bearing joints, the ankles, the knees, the hips, become stronger and tighter than the muscles on the inside. And what it does is it causes the ball to move over to the side of the socket. And it starts to wear down cartilage on one side of the socket. That's going to be here, here, and here, okay? So you want your feet to be tracking like a train track. You would not want to have your feet turned out ever again. Remember, your knees, your hips, your low back depend upon your feet being train track in order for all of the muscles to be equal on both sides of the ankles, the knees, the hips. And then the other thing it does is it helps to keep the spine lifted. So the vertebrae, the properly spaced between each other, the muscles. So this is how you want your feet. Also, when it comes to the feet, you would not want to let the ankle roll in or let the ankle roll out. You want to look at that real closely. We don't want the ankle rolling in. That's called pronating. And yet you don't want to be a person who's leaning out on your ankles either. It does the same sort of a thing. It causes an imbalance in the muscles, which will then cause the joint to suffer. It'll cause the ball to move over to one side. And it will cause problems all the way up into the spine, deep into the spine. So as you do these exercises and as you correct your foot position, you will correct these muscles so that they will be engaged properly. And then when your muscles are engaged properly, then you will condition them properly. And then when the muscles are conditioned properly, then it will pull the ball back to the center of the socket or create more space between the vertebrae or get the vertebrae aligned properly. And so it has to do with very specific movements, very specific exercises, and paying attention to what you're doing with your feet. Everything in your body is pliable, meaning it moves. Your muscles control your bones. It's not the other way around. So if someone is talking about manipulating your bones, like surgeries, okay? Oh, we're just going to fix that right up. Let's just go in and give you a new hip, okay? If your hip is out of alignment because your feet are out of alignment, you can go ahead and put in a new hip if you want, but I guarantee you the knee is going next. And if you keep walking that way, this hip is going next because you're walking with your feet turned out.